How's it going, guys? Brian Mogg with Performance Golf, and today I am going to teach you how to do two things that all of the best ball strikers in the world do that most amateurs don't do. Now, what are those two things? The first thing is when they get to the top of their backswing, they drop this club behind them and into the slot. The second thing they do is when they get to this position where the shaft is parallel to the ground on the downswing, they have this club face matching their spine angle. Now, what do most amateurs do? They get to the top and they steepen this shaft on the downswing and they open the club face. Now, those two things are going to make it very difficult to hit solid golf shots. So let's walk through some drills that are gonna help you and teach you how to get into the slot and close down that club face. This first drill that's going to help you drop the club into the slot is called the alignment stick drill. You're gonna need two alignment sticks. You're gonna have one alignment stick up against the golf ball, and the second alignment stick is going to go on your grip like this with the long part of the alignment stick on your side. Now, from there, we're gonna set up to the golf ball. The goal of this drill is to get the backswing a little bit more vertical. When we take it back, we want this alignment stick to point inside the ball line alignment stick. Why? Because most amateurs tend to suck this club inside and flat on the backswing, and then when you apply pressure on the handle on the downswing, it's going to steepen. So step one is getting the club more on plane in the backswing. So let's work through the drill one time in super slow motion. We're gonna set up to the golf ball, a very slow backswing, keeping this alignment stick pointed inside our ball line all the way to the top. And then on the downswing, we're gonna point this alignment stick above the ball line. You can see now this club is dropping more into the slot. We're gonna turn to impact. So that's the first drill that's going to help you drop the club more into the slot. The second drill that's gonna help you get into the slot is called the steering wheel drill. Now there's two parts to this drill. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to hold this club like a steering wheel. We can turn it left and we can turn the steering wheel right. Now, if I hold this golf club, I can turn it left or I can turn it right. Most amateurs, they turn it right in the backswing and they turn it left in the downswing. So we need to train the opposite. So grab your club, hold your hands together like this, pretend this is a steering wheel, get into your golf posture. You're gonna turn your shoulders on the backswing while you turn the steering wheel left. And then on the downswing, we're gonna turn the steering wheel right, turn to impact. And the goal is to put it into one fluid motion. So just like this, turn it left, turn it right. Now I'm getting used to how my arms are supposed to work in the golf swing. The second part to this drill is taking your setup with a golf ball, okay? Actually, we're gonna back off the golf ball for a second. We're gonna do the same thing. Turn the steering wheel left, turn it right, but now we're holding the golf club how it should be. Turn it left, turn it right. Turn it left, turn it right. Now that we got a feel for it, we're gonna just chip one down the fairway, and I'm talking 30 yards to get that feel of overdoing the backswing. Turn it left, turn it right, turn through. Now you can see from that video, the club works over the plane on the backswing and it begins to drop under plane and into the slot so that all we have to do is turn to impact and our club path will be neutral. So the cool thing about this drill is if you watch, in the backswing, my club goes back more vertical and above the plane, and then on the downswing, it begins to drop into the slot and under plane, and from there, all we have to do is turn to hit that golf ball. And that is the second drill that's gonna help you get into the slot. The third drill we have for you guys is called the hover drill. And how it's going to work, you are going to take an alignment stick, place it about 8 inches behind the golf ball, directly in line with your target. You are going to set up to the golf ball, hover the club, push it forward, fling it back down that line, turn and hit the golf ball. And the cool thing about this drill is it's going to give you a feel that you can play with that's going to help you get this club a little more vertical. Like I said, what most amateurs do is they take this club back not down that stick line, and instead they take it too far inside. So with the hover drill, we hover it, push it forward, and we're flinging this club back down our target line so we don't get that club sucked inside. So I'm gonna hit one at slow speeds here and show you how it works. We're gonna set up to the ball, hover it, push it forward, fling it back, turn, and hit that golf ball. Now, something to remember, guys, the big key here is to focus on the movements first and the results second. If we get caught up in the results, it's gonna hinder our ability to make these changes. Now that I've showed you guys how to get into the slot, the second piece is getting the club face more closed on the downswing. What happens when we begin to learn how to drop this club behind us is the club face actually opens up a little bit. So in order to counteract for that, we have to get the club face more closed by this position right here. And I'm gonna show you two simple ways that are going to help you do that. The first way to learn how to close the club face is by gripping it correctly. What most amateurs do is they grip this club too much in their palms. When we get it in our palms like this, our thumb is gonna be too far down the top of the shaft. The club face is going to get open from that position. So how do we learn to grip it correctly? What we're going to do is we're gonna draw lines on our glove. So you can see where these lines are. I am going to take this club, place it right on top of those lines, and then I'm going to wrap my left hand on top. Now, my hand is on the club in a stronger position that's going to make it easier to close the club face. Now, the second piece to this getting the club face more closed is we have to match that with correct wrist angles, and I'm gonna show you why that matters. When we take our grip correctly, and I hold this club, if I get to the top here and my left wrist begins to work into this cupped or extended position, you can see now this club face is wide open. Now, if I flatten my left wrist, all of a sudden this club face is closed. All I have to do is turn and that club face will be square at impact. So the final drill I have for you is going to help you flatten this left wrist. You're gonna drop your club, you're gonna put your hands together like this. We're gonna turn to the top, we're gonna check to make sure our left wrist is flat, and we're actually going to bow it on the downswing. Since we have no club, our goal is to over-exaggerate this movement to get used to it. So we're gonna do a couple reps here. Now that we've got this correct feel for how to bow our left wrist and turn to impact, we need to hit some golf balls working on that feel. Now, when you're hitting these golf balls, I want you to go very, very slow as we're beginning to learn the new movement. So we're gonna build that correct grip. Perfect. We're gonna turn to the top, bow it, turn down, and hit that golf ball. And you can see, I only hit that thing about 15 yards. I'm gonna hit one more, and we're gonna hit it about 30 yards. The key is slow, guys, don't forget that. Up to the top, bow it, turn to hit that golf ball. So, the final thing I have for you is, guys, you have got to be able to do these motions and overdo them at slow speeds. Why? Because I just did all of that opposite-handed, and proof of that, watch how pure this is. That is pure. Well, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll be going through answering any and all golf questions.